Can these illegal Magic the Gathering cards actually work in tournaments? That's what we're going to look at today. We're looking at Mystery Booster 2 cards. These are the cards that we're rating, all right? Not Mystery Booster 1, or in the other unsets, Mystery Booster 2. I'm going to start off with Common Black Removal. This is a 4-mana instant. Let's say the Black Removal is also pretty common at like 1, 2, and 3 mana. Choose one, destroy target creature, then create a food token, or we can create a treasure token, or we can put a menace counter on a creature we control, or that creature's controller mills cards equal to its power. That sounds like a Dimir card, actually, to me. Maybe a smidge of a fail at the end, but I have nothing against this. This card 100% could work in a tournament. There's nothing illegal about this card whatsoever. We get like a bit of a menace counter, or we do a little milling, or we get some like little life gain from the food token. But what are your mystery booster cards you want rated? Let's go with Hexanorts. Essence of Ajani. What is the essence of Ajani? Want cat food? There's a 3-mana emblem. What? We pay mana for an emblem. As a spell resolves, put it into the command zone. Whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life. Okay, now I know about this is all about trying to figure out, are these cards legal or not? Is this legal? I don't know about casting emblems. That's never been done before. I've never heard of that. Usually the emblem is just gets conjured into existence. But, you know, we conjure artifacts, creatures, we conjure enchantments. What else do we conjure? We conjure a lot of stuff. So maybe it is just equally plausible that we can cast an emblem. It'd just be one of the most broken permanents in the game because you can't do anything about it. It's very oppressive. So whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life. You cannot, and that would stack for forever. Non-interactable, or at least at the moment. This is like, do you know what? This reminds me of how the Exile Zone is like an extension of the Graveyard. It's like the freaking Gone Forever Zone. And this is like an extension of enchantments. Like, okay, enchantments, that's like a soft permanent that you can destroy. Emblem is an enchantment you can't do squat about. All right, I think it's legal. Yeah, I am going to decide now, aren't I? Next up, we've got, and for anyone that's live, we have John reminding everyone cards from today's search is set CMB2. Okay, I like this one. What is this card? The Heart of the Duelist. Oh, where was it? Was it called the Heart of the Duelist? I'm gonna look up Heart of the Duelist. No, it wasn't that. Okay, hold on. I just got to move on. Okay, we're going to go with Toad's Letter Bomb. Welcome back. I'll catch it later. I saw a Duelist card. Not Mystery Booster 2. Illegal. I very specifically said it has to be from Mystery Booster 2. Okay, we have Stormy Cat with Mad Lands. Not Manlands. Mad Lands. They're crazy. This is a land that enters the battlefield tapped out a red or a black. And it's got, ooh, but it's got Madness. So we can Madness lands right onto the battlefield. If you discard this card, discard it into exile. When you do, play it for its Madness cost or put it into your graveyard. You can play a land only during your turn and only if you have an available land play remaining. That actually sounds totally fine. I don't know why. Oh, I see. Okay, you would want to Madness your land so you didn't have to discard a resource into the graveyard. That would work for me actually big time. So yeah, it's just another way of making use of your Faithless Looting without Faithless Looting making use of you. It's Heart of a Duelist. Heart of a Duelist. You need the Heart of a Duelist. We need that Exodia. It's a 2-mana enchantment. You may draw cards from anywhere in your library. Wait, so are you implying you can cheat? You don't get to look at them or reorder them while doing so. Well, how are you drawing cards from anywhere in your library? Like, what is the point of that if you can't stare at your deck? This makes no sense to me. When Heart of a Duelist enters the battlefield, draw a card. Oh my god, this is like almost outrageously broken. Are you okay? Hold on. I guess the point of this card is if you put cards to the bottom of your deck, even without looking at your deck, you would know how to get to the bottom. Like, I can close my eyes and grab the bottom card of my deck, and that would actually work out over here. So just be a means of, because any other card in your deck, well, maybe it would also work with Second Sunrise. Like, you can't reorder, you can't look at the thing, but you do, sorry, not Second Sunrise. What is it? Sunrise. Second something. Approach of the Second Sun. That's what I was thinking of. Because if it's cast from your hand, if it's cast from your hand, you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun. This game, you win the game. So, but even otherwise, you put it into its owner's library 7th from the top, and you gain 7th life. So what you're able to do is with your Heart of a Duelist, just like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you just grab your Second Sunrise from the top of your deck. So even though if you don't look at the top of your deck, it's still quite useful. Okay, I think it can work. I'm assuming it's not broken, but it could be. You do draw cards, though. Everything that sets cards at the bottom of your library in any order gain much from this. That's right. Or just, if you know the order at all, that many cards from the top, that many cards from the bottom, etc., etc. Okay, we have Steve Cooper with Glade of the Pump Spells. Glade of the Pump Spells. So there's a 3-mana land. You have to pay 3 mana to play this land as your land drop. I have to pay mana for my lands. When Glade of the Pump Spells enters the battlefield, up to 1 target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Oh my god, it taps for double green. Okay, this is like way more useful than I thought it would be. So we get a pump spell, and we also have basically a soul land at the same time. Arguably broken. So it just basically, it has some sort of like ETB, like you have to pay this thing. So you pay it to play it, and then when you play it, you get it as a land drop. It's good with me. So far, all of these are pretty legal. As time goes on, mystery booster cards become more actual playable in the game. We have our first super chat today from John, the Tax Taker. It looks busted. We aren't rating things based on how broken it is, though. We are rating it, well, partially. If it's too broken, then it would get banned. But otherwise, we're just looking to see if it's actually just could actually be printed in a standard legal set. This is a white 1/2 rat advisor. Whenever an opponent pays a tax from a spell or permanent you control, create a number of treasure tokens equal to the amount of mana they paid. This happens each time a spell you control or an ability of a permanent you control causes an opponent to pay extra mana. I was wondering, how are you defining a tax? And they actually defined it for us. Cards that can tax opponents include Manitize, Esper Sentinel, and Ghostly Prison. I think this card works for me. So when they pay the tax, we get treasure tokens. That sounds so annoying. So it's like, okay, you literally paid me something. It's like, it didn't, when you pay my Ghostly Prison tax, it's like it goes up into the big tax cloud in the sky, when really it should be going to me. Give me your mana. So they were converting mana into treasure tokens in this case. I like it. Next, we've got Christopher B wants Sliver of Hope. A lot of hope here. It's also a combo with Smothering Tithe. Wow, that combo. It works. It makes Death and Taxes great. Do you pay the 1? So yeah, so we have Tax Taker in combination with Rhystic Study, Smothering Tithe, Mystic Remora, and so on. But the problem is that when you do pay so you get screwed either way. You get screwed if you don't pay, you get screwed if you do pay. Yeah. Okay, Sliver of Hope, and it's a sliver. It's a 4-mana 3/3. Slivers you control have hope. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures with hope. That's a lot of hope. It's got a lot of heart. And I see nothing wrong with this card. A lot of legal cards here. Nikachu has a job that if he doesn't need to get up for it, he can wear no pants. That's true. Although, full disclaimer, I am usually wearing pants. I don't know if anyone can see my pants. I got good pants. They're very comfy. I got used to wearing a lot of exercise pants these days. We got Belle, a girl and her dogs. Woof, woof. It's a 5 mana 3/3 human. When a girl and her dogs enter the battlefield, and at the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white legendary dog creature token and name it. Oh, so it's my precious. There's only one precious like this in the whole universe. Whenever a girl and her dogs attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each legendary creature you control. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this card was a girl and her dogs, and we only made one dog. We should have made 3 dogs, just like it did on the picture. But again, this is nothing illegal about this card. It would definitely work in turn. You could actually just Mystery Booster 2 could have just been a standard set, 100% a standard set. Our second super chat from today coming from Alex Gibson. Bolshak Dragon. Are they trying to say like the BS word, but they're trying to be really friendly about it? Because otherwise, I don't know why they'd use the word Bolshak. That dragon is such Bolshak. Okay, for 6 mana, we have a 6/6. It's got double strike. Used to have double breaker strike. It's an armor dragon, amongst all things. When while attacking, this creature gets +1 power for each red card in your graveyard. It sounds like they're ripping off another. Are they ripping off like another game? Did this come from Yu-Gi-Oh or something? They got a lot of dragons in that game. Duel Masters. Oh, is that a card here? E-Toaster says, well, you get a new dog with a unique name every upkeep. Oh, I missed that. Yeah, at the beginning of your upkeep, so you get many dogs. You have an unlimited number of dogs over time. The crazy dog lady. Personally, I like the crazy cat lady. Someone bingo alert. Nikachu doesn't read the card. That's a Duel Master TCG, I think. Oh, is that the Wizards controlled one? I keep forgetting there's like Wizards has like another side game called Duel Masters. It literally plays like Magic, but every card can be used as a land instead of life. You have 5 shields. Oh, good God. No, too complicated. This card's legal. It's not doing anything too crazy. So far, nothing too crazy in this show. Okay, Toads with Wowzer. Something Inspector Gadget might say. Wowzers, Penny! That was a close one. This is... What the hell casting cost is this? It's like a custom Magic the Gathering card. We got a Snow, Wooburg, and a Colorless. This is the hardest casting cost in all of Magic the Gathering. It is a legendary snow creature worm. Looks like a sliver to me. When Wowzer, the aspirational attacks, if you have an energy, control a blood, a clue, a food, a map, a power stone, and a treasure, are the monarch, and have the city's blessing and the initiative, you win the game. So if your deck is maximum jank, and somehow your opponents are all mana screwed and mana flooded, and they have nothing to do, maybe you can win with this card. Maybe. Yeah, it's the most build-around of all build-around cards possible. Not very inspirational to me. I don't even know how you construct this card to even win the game. You have to throw an energy card in there. The lands are not too bad. Colorless and Snow, we can work with that. I mean, you could just play with a bunch of... There's a lot of Snow duels out there. You going to be up for the challenge, T-Sins? You going to be up for the challenge? The aspirational challenge? Wizards invites you to the aspirational challenge. Do you aspire to be a winner? We'll try to win with this thing. If you can't, well, we knew you couldn't. Next up, we got Turiat with Can't Quite Recall. That sounds funny. Oh, let's do it. Can't Quite Recall. Why am I looking for these things like a dummy? Voice to speech. It's a hack. Okay, can't quite recall. This is me right before an exam. I've been up all night. I didn't sleep, but you know what? The memory's in my head, and then the moment I get the test, I read the first question. Okay, I'm screwed. Like I knew this. I swear I knew this an hour ago. I swear, why couldn't I take the exam 1 hour ago? Forbidden. This card can't be in your starting deck. Yes, you read that right. You need to figure out a way to get it into the game without it being in your deck. Target player draws 3 cards. Okay, so it's just not in your starting deck, so it's in your sideboard. Is that in your sideboard? Yeah, you have to Cunning Wish it. I think that's it. Just Cunning Wish. There might be some other cards that can also slip this card into your hand from some sort of card in your main deck. Yeah, I think it's just a wishing card. But the thing is, if you're playing Commander, wishes don't work. But if you're not playing Commander, but you're playing casual, how would you get this into your hand in Commander? Is that possible? It might never be possible. Yeah, definitely legal. That's 100% sure about it. Go make some coffee, Toads. We all need some coffee or some tea at this point of the day. Not possible in Commander. It's just straight up impossible. Okay, next up, we're going to go with Bolt with Naturalize 2. But we all know the sequel is worse than the original. Usually. Unless it's a movie called Terminator 2 or... I think that's it. There's not a lot of good sequels out there. Naturalize 2 for 2 mana. Instant. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, emblem. Oh, we have to get rid of that stupid emblem that we created very early on in the show. Or gameplay tracker. So trackers include play aids such as dungeons, cities, blessing. Oh my god, this is exactly what we need. Monarch. When you destroy it, the associated object or designation is removed from the game. We actually needed this a long time ago. I needed this card to exist 5 years ago. Can we print this thing into existence? Why can't I destroy a dungeon? We can blow up lands, we can blow up planets in this game, but I can't blow up a dungeon? That's impossible. Is it because there's some people in it or something? Okay, why does it not work? Okay, that's a good question. You can't target an emblem? Well, why not? Or is it because we can't target an emblem because we do not, in fact, have a single card yet that can target emblems? This is the first one. You know, Naturalize can't target planeswalkers, but if we just add the planeswalker permanent type on it, then you could. Rules say no. Which rule, Crowcore Games? Which rule? It says Stormy can't. Not yet, you can't. Okay, hold on. I'll do a quick search. Can you target emblems? Well, it would basically say no, right? You cannot target emblems in Magic Gatherings because they are not permanents and exist outside of the normal game zones. So what? They're in the freaking gone. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Emblems live in like the command zone or some zone like that or something like that. No, it's just you know what? You're right, Croker Games, because it's in a zone that can't be targeted. Emblems aren't on the battlefield. They're just in a different zone. This is finally the first card that actually does not work within the game. Interesting. Very fascinating. Yeah. I think at least the first card said it was going to the command zone, and obviously we can't target commanders while they're in the command zone now, can we, chat? No, we can't. Okay, I like the sound of this. Duelists Convocation International. Okay, when they talk about duelists, is Wizards ripping off Yu-Gi-Oh, or did Yu-Gi-Oh rip off Wizards? I just can't tell what chicken or egg thing happened here. So for 3 mana, we've got, it looks like a DCI card. Does anyone even know what a DCI card is? Like, I'm a boomer. My DCI card was 64323155. Not that it's like a big secret or anything. They got rid of the DCI numbers and everything a long time ago. So, enchantment. When Duelist Convocation International enters the battlefield, choose a 10-digit number at random and write it down. Well, mine was not random. They gave it to me. Whenever you play a land or... Oh, and by the way, I had an 8-digit number because that's how old school I am, okay? 64323155, 8 digits. You're a boomer. You still have yours? Well, I got mine right in my head. Home Alone 2 is pretty good. Oh, yeah. You know what? I watched that a million times. You're not wrong. Okay, that's one of the few. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, if it shares a mana value with one or more uncrossed digits in the chosen number, cross out one of those digits and draw a card. And then if all 10 digits are crossed out, you win the game. This is stupid. I would not play this in a tournament. Or I would not consider this legal in a tournament. I think it's too convoluted. Choose a 10-digit number at random and write it down. Little too random for my taste. eToaster says, I still remember the old library card number I used to log into library computers like 20 years ago. There are some things through remote memory that we just never forget. These days, everything's auto-completed. I can't even learn how words work because, like, you know, Google is just correcting me. Microsoft Word corrected me too many times. Next up, let's go with Lessian's Boulder Jockey. Boulder Jockey. Hold on, was there any note about the duelist thing back there? It's okay, I'm just gonna move on. Okay, we have, what the hell casting cost is this? We got a red, 2 generic, and a D. We gotta pay a D for my Boulder Jockey. D is a land drop. You may give up 1 potential land drop this turn to pay for D. Oh, that's very creative. So in exchange for not playing a land, I can play my Boulder Jockey. And whenever Boulder Jockey attacks, you can pay a D. So I have to pay a D for it to enter the battlefield, and then I gotta pay a D, a land drop, to attack. Well, I may pay the D. If I do, create a 3/3 colorless construct artifact creature token named Boulder that's tapped and attacking, sack that token at the beginning of the next end step. I think this card can work. It's interesting. It's like, if it could be worded a little bit differently. It's like, if you haven't played a land for the turn, you may create a 3/3 colorless construct artifact creature token, and like if you do, then you can't play a lands for the rest of the turn, or some nonsense like that. What is DCI exactly, and why did they get rid of it? I don't remember what it stood for. Quick Google search it. What did DCI stand for in Wizards? Duelists oh, it literally stood I'm just learning right now. Duelists Convocation International. Is that real? No. Am I getting trolled here? I guess that's what it is. I was a duelist. I am today years old to find out I was a duelist my entire life? Unbelievable. Fascinating, really. Okay, getting back to this card, I think this card can work. It's a bit weird, but still. Yeah, it said the last card had it. Toad's Nose. Bryce, Jund them out. Jund standing for black, red, green. And also, usually, cannot... Is it Jund them out or Jund em out? It's Jund... See, I know my Jund em outs, and it's Jund em out. How long have you been streaming? I am late. No, we've only been doing for about 20 minutes. Don't worry, you got a whole new 40 minutes ahead of you. So Jund em out for a red, green, and a black sorcery. Retrace. Sorry, no room for reminder text. You just got to know what retrace is. I'll let you know. You can discard a land and pay the mana cost, and you can play this thing again. Choose one at random. Create a copy of the chosen card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. We can... Oh my god, you have to know every single one of these cards. Okay, you can destroy 3 mana permanents, non-land permanents, uncounterably with Abrupt Decay. You get a Blightning, you get a Bloodbraid Elf, you can get a Lightning Bolt, a Liliana of the Veil, or a Tarmogoyf. It's actually the most Jundish card I've ever seen in my life. This is actually really cool. It's a very similar card to, what is it? Garth? It's a very Garthy-like card. I think it can work. Stormy Cat is in agreement. This card is amazing. For anybody... this probably means nothing to the casual and commander players, but for people who are competitive tournament players, this means everything. These are all, like, really common cards between, like, standard, modern, even legacy for Jund archetypes. They saw a lot of play, so... Variation... Jund was a very strong tier 1 deck in many variations for many eras of competitive Magic the Gathering, and they played all these cards. Next, Crowcore Games with the Super Chats. Heart of a Duelist is a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Oh, we did that one, though. Pretty sure we did that one. Probably gonna have to. Yeah, we did that one already. Sorry about that, Crowcore Games. We're gonna have to donate that. We'll donate it to the tax. Oh boy, with Tax Taker. Or did we do that one already as well? We did there was a tax card. We did that one too. Okay, come on. There's a million cards out there. Random Age, save us. You get the super chat. Who's that Praetor? Oh, Praetor. Right. Okay, we have a 6-mana sorcery. Choose one at random. Create a token that's a copy of the chosen card. Well, it's a lot of mana. All right, so let's not be too disappointed about what we get over here. We can get an Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, which I believe is 5 mana. We could get a Jin Gitaxias, though, Progress Time, which is more than 6 mana. You could get a Shieldred, the Apocalypse. You could get an Urabrask Heretic Praetor, a Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, or an even Praetor. I think there's a few. I don't know which one of these do you guys want. What's interesting, it's on generic mana. It's on top of an All's Dust, I can see in the background. For 6 generic mana, you can play any Praetor in the game. You just don't know what life is like at Who's That Praetor. You don't know what you're gonna get. All right, next up, random is meh, of course. Okay, so I would say this is legal. These random cards are legal for sure. Voltland with Terry Pin. The Turbo Turtle. That's how fast it is at lightning speed. Okay, 4 mana for a 4/3 turtle athlete. Very athletic. I can't tell if it's moving fast or these are actually wheels, and this is like a robo turtle. Flash and haste. You may ignore the words activate only as a sorcery while activating abilities. Ooh. Ooh. Is that worded or templated properly? Like, I'm fine with this. Like, I think this is totally fine. But I just don't know if the wording, like, works or not. I'll just say it works. It doesn't feel any different than, like, you may cast your spells as though they had flash or anything like... it feels like it's in that territory. It's not legal in any format other than Arena. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about something else. Next up, let's take a look at... Who has no card yet? I'm looking for people with no card yet. Okay, old boy wants redemption. Oh, sorry. The redemption is too long. Didn't read. TLDR. And it's got some crazy maniac with a mallet coming to attack a book. Double black instant. Exile target creature. And if it has any abilities other than keywords, flying protection and partner are all keywords. See Rule 702 for details. Landwalk and Scry aren't keywords. They're an ability word and a keyword action, respectively. Yes, there is a difference. Oh, God. I would hate playing against this card or with this card. This is the most rules lawyery card we've seen today. Exile target creature if it has any abilities other than keywords. I thought I knew what a keyword was until they explained this a little bit. Yeah, this seems horrible to track. I don't like it! Even though it might theoretically be legal. Well, you know what? There's a world where the cards get so complicated it shouldn't exist. That's how a lot of mechanics are, like, thrown into the garbage. Oh, is this, like, really unintuitive to understand? Okay, into the bin it goes. I mean, unless it somehow slips through the cracks, like, was it? Not mutate. Mutate really slipped through the cracks. That was a very, very, very bad mechanic. Borderline awful. Okay, we're going to take a look and rate more illegal Magic the Gathering cards to see if they work in tournaments. But we got to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. Today's Tuesday. Do we still have a kickback? No, we have the deal of the week now, 20% off old dice. But I'll tell you what you should be more excited about. Avatar. Where we go? Avatar, The Last Airbender, collector boosters, and booster pack. Spider-Man, Edge of Eternities. Magic Final Fantasy cards. This is where I get my singles and sealed product. I get my singles for my Commander and Modern decks. I get the sealed product for my Pack Wars. But I'll tell you what I do when I buy those cards. I use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all my purchases. And I suggest you do the same to get a deal and also support the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. Get that competitive edge. Rent as many decks as you want in all formats you want and get as much joy and creativity out of the game as possible when you use coupon code Nikachu_JUP to get 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And back to illegal, super illegal Magic the Gathering cards. So illegal it hurts. What do we got? Okay, what do we got next, chat? Okay, Kano with Priority Avenger. Okay, we have a 4-mana 3/4 Bird Wizard flying. Players can't cast instant spells unless the spell or ability is on the stack. Oh, I see. So it like turns everything into interrupts, which is crazy. All right, that definitely works. So I think that's how the old interrupts worked. Like something needed to already be on. I don't know if it was something needed to already be on the stack, or at least another like instant and sorcery had to be on the stack, and then you got to play something in response. In response, that's how because you interrupted. Because I think that was the deal. If something's on the stack, then you interrupt it. So you can't just play it willy-nilly. But anyways, yeah. So we turn everything into an interrupt. The Priority Avenger. We're gonna take back our priority. Priorities, people. Crowcrow's laughing. It's a cute little birdie, that's for sure. In a big nest. We got, oh, I like this, is cute. Broadway with Plant a Sapling. Plant a Sapling. Interrupts had to target something. Instants could be played on an empty stack when you had priority. Yes, correct. Okay, Plant a Sapling. This is double-faced. Oh, good God. It looks like the Grinch, but it's a tree. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle this spell into its owner's library. Transformed. For playtesting purposes, put it into its sleeve upside down. What? Fully grown tree folk. For Star, you can't cast this face unless it's been transformed by the front face. Fully grown tree folk's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Is there actually anything on the back? There's literally nothing on the black, even though it says you can transform this card. I don't get it. So we look for a land, reveal it, then shuffle this spell into its owner's library transformed. Oh, I get it. Oh, so it's like so we turn it upside down. I get it. It's almost like I think the sleeve part kills this, but I'm not 100%. Well, no, I would say the sleeve part does not kill this. I'll tell you why. Because we have double-faced cards in the game that depend on people playing with sleeves in general. It is assumed that people are playing with sleeves, hence double-faced cards are just a thing in the game. But I do think it's illegal because so it's trying to act like an arena card where it's changing the function and feature of the card while it like moves zones, whether it goes into the deck, into the graveyard, into your hand. So I think it's a little too digital for my taste, and I am disqualifying it. Do double-faced cards change their facing while in the deck? No, actually, they're all supposed to be on one side, on one face. And in this case, technically, when the card goes back into the deck, it should be going back to where it was before. Although, you know what, honestly, it's opening design space in Magic the Gathering. It is opening design space. Why don't we have double-faced cards that could maybe transform and get put back into the deck? They're basically experimenting with this on Arena, right? With this perpetual nonsense. Okay, we got our super chat starting with Alex Gibson. This one will break your brain. The Ruined Terror. Thank you so much for your super chat. It's a 6-mana. I thought it was a robot. It's an elemental. apparently the champion of all the elementals, as a 6/6. Instead of taking turns as normal, players take their phases sequentially. What is that, like everyone takes an upkeep first? For example, you take your beginning phase as the active player, then the next player in turn order becomes the active player and takes their beginning phase. After each player has had a beginning phase, do the same for main, combat, second main, end phase, and beginning phase again. If this creature leaves the battlefield, the active player continues their turn as normal. The active... Oh, so okay, it doesn't change who's the active player then, as weird as that is. This is a reference to Legends of Runeterra. I never played Runeterra. So everyone just had like a beginning of combat, and then everyone had a draw step, and then everyone had a main phase. Then everyone attacked at the same time. Legends of Runeterra is exactly as Richard Garfield and was made exactly, or played exactly as Richard Garfield intended. So you could actually say this card is magic as maybe not as magic as Legends of Runeterra. How do I word that? It's Legends of Runeterra as Richard Garfield intended. Who also made Magic? So maybe it's Magic as he intended as well. No, it has to be a reference to Artifact. It can't be Legends of Runeterra. Legends of Runeterra wasn't Garfield made. Oh, what? Sorry. Did he make Artifact? Maybe I'm confusing it. Who designed Legends of Runeterra? Oh, so it wasn't. It was Andrew Yip and Sean Main made Legends of Runeterra. Okay, I got my card games all mixed up. I know Richard Garfield, he did something over there. Well, they definitely are going after ripping off all the other card games over here. Okay, I'm gonna say a no to this. This seems like just too much of a hassle to keep track of in an actual tournament. So too convoluted for a tournament, even though this might theoretically be legal. A little bit too stupid. all roads lead to Magic eventually. Wizards is not afraid of any other TCG. They're going to try that out and just come right back to Magic. A game where anyone can win because your opponent gets mana screwed. That's the genius of Magic. It's true, the true genius. Okay, Crowcore Games with Oracle of Alpha? Did they really make this for paper? This should count. It's not legal in a paper form. Okay. Yeah, okay. So 3 mana for a 2/3 bird wizard. Flying when Oracle of the Alpha enters the battlefield. Conjure the power 9 into your library. Then shuffle. When Oracle of the Alpha attacks, scry 1. Cannot conjure cards into our deck from out of nowhere. I wish we could, though. I'd have no problem with this concept. Yeah, it's just an alchemy. Yeah, it's an alchemy card that they decide to print in person. So, like, if you open the Oracle of the Alpha, what would you do? Like, I guess you just grab a bunch of random cards and extra sleeves and just write down what the power 9 on them. Mox Sapphire, Mox Jet, Black Lotus, Time Walk. Everyone knows what those cards do. Next, we got Bryce. Thanks for your super chat. Magus of the Chains. I need this printed legally. Well, so far we've got it printed illegally. Magus of the Chains is a 2 mana. Oh god, it's this card. It's 2 mana 2/2 human wizard. So it's Chains of Mephistopheles in creature form. That is just great. If a player would draw a card except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, that player discards a card instead. If the player draws a card this way, they draw a card. If the player doesn't discard a card this way, they mill a card. All right, I'm just going to say it's a legal card, so it's legal. I don't like it, though. I would hate to play against this card. Next up, anyone? No cards yet? Well, it loosely has a flowchart. It's not actually explaining anything here. It should they shouldn't have even had the wizard on the picture. It should have been just literally the flowchart so you can just understand how the card works. You know what I mean? Bell, All-Star Kicker. Bell with no 2 cards yet. Oh yeah, Super Big Pain. Awful card to understand. So, okay, All-Star Kicker is a 2-mana 2/2. It's an orc. They're probably very athletic. It's got Assist Kicker for 3 mana. You and up to one other player can spend mana to pay the kicker. That's cool. When All-Star Kicker enters the battlefield, your team may pass the ball. Then if All-Star Kicker was kicked, creatures your team controls gets +1/+1 and gain haste until end of turn. To pass the ball, one of the players on your team gives a permanent or card in hand to another player on your team. Okay, so theoretically, this is legal in tournaments. It would just never do anything, right? Because I don't know. I guess if you're in a 2-headed giant tournament, it might do something, but it'd be just a pretty stupid, lazy card to have in your deck, or just a useless card to have in your deck if you're just playing one-on-one. Okay, Christopher B with Slumbering Waterways. Didn't know the waterway could take a nap. Everyone needs a nap. The Slumbering Waterways, a land, enters the battlefield tapped. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Every land that enters the battlefield tapped, they're lazy, all right? They're lazy, no good for nothing bums. Tap to add a green or a blue, flying, vigilance, and trample. Holy crap, this thing is strong. But how do I animate it? Oh, the idea is that if I animate this land, it gets all those abilities. Usually when you animate a land, though, it turns it into a creature with said abilities. So I don't know if it's actually going to gain these abilities. Well, there is a lazy river. It had so much potential, though, you know? When it put its mind to it, it could do anything. When it was younger, it could fly, it had vigilance, it had trample, it had everything. By the way, for anyone that's new to chat, if I've never seen your card before, just say NCY in front of it. It lets me know that you haven't been part of the show, because it means no card yet. Look at me. Oh, no, this is an uncard, right? The DCI. It's got to be a mystery. It's got to be a Mystery Booster 2 exclusive, and this is an unsanctioned card. We've done that another. This is just a Mystery Booster 2 show. So find a Mystery Booster 2 card. Turiat with Indicates. We're going to indicate something. Is this Mystery Booster 2? Oh, I can't find this card. Because they just show... Okay, hold on. I'm going to look up Indicate. Indicates. I want Indicate, damn it! There we go. It is Mystery Booster 2. Target permanent, legal. Very boring card, though. It doesn't take much to indicate a card. Mega Mika. Or Mega Mika? I change your name every single day. We have Mirrored Lotus. Could this be fun? Question is, could it be broken? So it's a Lotus looking at itself in the mirror. A 0-mana artifact. Reflect for 0. As this enters the battlefield, when each opponent may pay 0. When they do... 0 is an easy thing to pay for, too. Everyone's got like a little bit of 0 in their pocket. When they do, they create a token copy of this, except it lacks this ability. Tap, exile card name, add 3 mana of any one color. Exile card name, add 3 mana. So where everybody gets a Lotus. This is crazy. This is completely fine. It might not. Okay, I mean, there is some chance this is broken. Because the combo deck that... If it's your turn, this is obviously more powerful. Because you can make use of this to try to combo off. So the only way this is useful for the other player... Because you're only going to play this also on the turn that you're going to try to win. And this could ramp into some pretty nasty stuff. So we're going to say this is legal. I'm also going to say it's just broken. I think it's going to be super broken. We looked at Count Quite Recall. Really cool card. Super cool. Mercenary with Wrath. Oh my god, did they actually make Wrath of Lenef? No, it's Leknef, right? Yeah, Leknef. I know my Wrath of Leknefs. The 4-mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures. They can't be regenerated. Untap up to 4 lands you control. This is exactly as he wanted to design it. So John Finkel, when he won the Magic the Gathering Invitational, he originally wanted to design this card. And Wizards said, Absolutely not. You are not creating that card. That is too powerful. You want to destroy all creatures and untap all your lands? What are you, nuts? So they like forced him to water down his invitational card into the Shadow Mage Infiltrator, which ended up going down in history as just an absolute crap card. I mean, they've reprinted this a million times. It's like sort of fun in like Cube or Draft, but like it really has not had a big impact on competitive play and is aged just like absolutely like sour milk. But this is originally what he wanted to do. I wonder if this would work by today's like I wonder if this would be fine by today's standards, like, because I think this might be worse than Supreme Verdict, because it's very important that the Supreme Verdict is uncounterable. This also still might be really like outrageously strong though. Shadow Mage did have a brief moment in standard. I 100% agree. It was, but not in future standards. Not in any other formats, too. Okay, next, Vec with the Zone of Flame. Nikachu, when will your face grace a card? When I win the Invitational, which is... Or, sorry, I have to win Worlds. That's a little hard to do these days. Not likely to happen, in my opinion. We're only doing Mystery Booster 2 because I've done shows on all the other cards. This helps prevent people from using the same card or going over the same cards twice. Next, Zone of Flame, a 7-mana aura. Enchant Zone? The battlefield command, exile, and stack are shared zones. Each player has their own graveyard, hand, and library zones. Whenever one or more cards enter or leave Enchanted Zone, Zone of Flame deals 1 damage to each opponent. Tokens aren't cards. I'm pretty sure this is illegal. Pretty sure you can only, like, enchant permanents, even though it says Enchant Zone. I don't think a zone is a physical entity that you can, like, put this thing on. Shadow Mage was used in Legacy? That's really hard to believe. Like, really hard to believe. I'm gonna have to look that up. I totally believe Block Constructed, though. Wherever it was, it didn't last very long, and it certainly sees absolutely no play today. Don't we have an enchant sorcery in the graveyard, like in Future Sight? Maybe. No, there can't. Enchant a sorcery? Sorcery's just there for a second, then gone. Shadow Mage was overshadowed by Psychotog everywhere. Yeah, that I believe. Psychotog came out also like almost at the exact same time too. Unfortunately for the Shadow Mage Infiltrator. Fortunately for Finkel, already got outdone by a Atog. Should have put his name on the Atog instead. Enchant Zone could be defined. All right, we'll give it to it. I think it's a bit weird though, but not too hard to keep track either. You know, cards go into the graveyard, cards leave the graveyard. I gain 1 life. We all like to gain life. Okay, next up. We do have a card that enchants instants in graveyards, the Spellweaver Volute. No, yeah, enchanting cards in those zones, that's fine, but enchanting the zone? The zone? We're enchanting inside. You know what I mean? Maybe Zone of Flames could be switched to where it depends on what type you choose an opponent adds or subtracts. It would be fine if this is just an enchantment that's like, choose a zone. Whenever, like, can't it be worded like that? Choose a zone? Why does it have to be an aura? The only difference is that when it's an aura, and like anti-aura cards can blow this thing up and affect it. Okay, moving on with Tresaru, the Fludge Gunk Guardian. What's a Fludge Gunk? Is that the thing that's on the bottom of like a school desk? It's a 5-mana 5/5 Sludge Ooze. Whenever Fludge Gunk Guardian or another Sludge Ooze, Fungus, or Mutant enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent shuffles 3 Gunk cards into their library. Gunk is a colorless sorcery card with no mana cost that has cycling 4. 2 Alchemy for me. Oops. Yeah, shuffling Gunk cards into our library? No. You stay out of my library. Thank you very much. The dairy... Oh, did they... Oh, this is real? I have to see this. The dairy cow. Because that video that became a meme that became... that made a card. They should have printed the entire set. The dairy cow. A green 2/1. Grazing type. This creature enters the battlefield with 5 milk counters on it for each forest and or plant you control. But what do we do with the milk counters? I get my dairy dollars and then make my cheese maker to invest in my cheesemaker factory. And now it's the cheesemaker phase. It was cool. I really enjoyed that meme. It was great. E-Toaster with Knight of Lost Causes. It almost sounds sad. Okay, this is a double white 2/2 human knight with vigilance. As long as you are way behind, how do you define that? Knight of Lost Causes gets +3/+3 and has indestructible. You are way behind if at any point during this turn an opponent had 10 or more life than you, controlled at least 3 or more creatures than you, or had at least 3 or more cards in hand than you. Okay, that works. But what's funny is, like, the way they define it, you could have, like, 1 million creatures on the battlefield, but if your opponent has 1,000,003, well, apparently you're way behind. Pretty cool card, too. So it starts off as a grizzly bear with vigilance, but then gets turns into a decent-sized Tarmogoyf-looking thing. Toilet Duck with Liliana's other contract. Liliana's other contract. Well, this other contract... Oh, it's a double face card? Or is it one of those cards there's nothing on the back? You just have to flip it over. It's a 5-mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. If you would lose the game, instead exile Liliana's other contract, then return to the battlefield transformed under your control. And it transforms into Liliana's Undead Minion. Legendary Planeswalker. You... 5 loyalty. You can't lose the game. +1. Each opponent loses 1 life. -4. Destroy target creature. How does this work? So if you lose the game, instead exiled and transformed. Liliana is the undead minion. Planeswalker, I guess Liliana. You can't lose the game. If you would lose the game. Oh, I see. Okay. So Liliana, like, protects us at the last second, essentially. It's just, yeah, this is legal. It's like, if you were about to... I think it's worded a bit weird. I do not know the full ramifications of, like, what happens when you lose the game or anything like that. It's very neat design. It's face up, though. Everyone should know what Liliana's other contract does. Oh, technically, you're the undead minion now? We're the undead one now. Oh my god, Hexenort. Knight of the Flying Merfolk. Okay, 3-mana Saga. Bedtime story. Don't put a lore counter on the Saga as it enters. Put a lore counter on it at the beginning of your end step rather than your main phase. Sack after 3. So I got like a Saga creature or something. Chapter 1, create 2 1/1 blue Merfolk creature tokens. I love it! Chapter 2, put a flying counter on each tap creature you control. I love it! And then Chapter 3, draw a card for each creature you control that dealt combat damage to a player this turn. Good enough! This is very legal. Not broken whatsoever. Next up, what do we got here? Old boy with no 2 cards yet. Ren and 1. That sounds lonely. Oh no, it's Ren before they met 6. Ren and 1, +1. Ren and 1 gains... Hold on, what? This is a land planeswalker? That sounds insane. Ren and 1 gains tap, add a green until your next turn. Okay. Then -1, create a 1/1 green scroll creature token. And starts with 1, so you can play this as your land drop and you get a 0-mana 1/1 creature. And then -4, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add green for each creature you control. Cool! Probably broken. Or maybe not, like, because you can attack somebody's land now. So you actually have to be really careful about playing this thing. This is broken, searchable. Yeah, but also it's attackable. Think of it that way. You can attack this land. Normally, hey, Wouldn't you like to attack a land for 2 and then blow it up? Wouldn't that be amazing? What if everybody's land could be attacked and they all had like 2 toughness? That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? So you gotta be very, very careful here. Way less broken than Urza Saga. Totally agree. Don't forget Mox Poison. Yeah, probably weaker than a normal. Well, I don't know. We have to play test it. Okay, Mock Poison. 0 mana artifact. It's that purple mushroom from Mario. Tap, add 1 mana of any color, and you get 2 poison counters. Ooh, I think it's broken. They would never print this. They're not printing this in a normal game of Magic. Never. Like, is it legal? Yes. Would it see tournament play? No, it would be banned. It would be pre-banned. It would be banned upon spoiler season. It's like, what? That's in the set. Get it out of here. Get it out. All right, next up, let's take a look at last scene was Snap Judgment. Yeah, we did indicate. 100% did indicate. Snapperoonies here with Snap Judgment, an instant. The player who wins this game also wins the match. Oh God! A player may concede the game at any time. If the game ends while the spell's on the stack, it never resolves. A player may concede the game at any time if the game ends. So cycling of 1. Is this supposed to be like a reference to backgammon? So there's something in I don't know backgammon super well, but I heard there's something called the doubling cube where you can like offer to double the stakes, but if you accept, the stakes are doubled, but if you decline, you like lose instantly. Something like that. Oh, is it a Marvel Snap reference? Because if someone concedes, it just fails. Well, no. Well, if someone concedes, if it's on this, it's like ending the turn instantaneously if you concede. Because if you concede, everything on the stack is gone. Yeah, you can offer to raise the stakes, and they can accept or concede. It's the same wording on Demonic Attorney. Ah, yes, that's correct. Or a Yu-Gi-Oh! Victory Dragon. Well, backgammon's been around for a very, very long time, so if there's a reference to reference everything, I would assume it was that. But I don't know, it doesn't have the same feel to it, because I don't think backgammon has matches. Isn't there a doubling? Well, there is technically a doubling cube in Magic, but it doesn't double things the same way. I guess this is legal. I guess. It's a silly card to have in your deck if you're like losing. You're like wouldn't work very well. Like it's like you're losing the game. Someone plays Snap Judgment, then you're screwed. Okay, Steve Cooper with Vuzzle Spaceship. It's a bluff card. The problem with bluff cards like that, Pedgeman, is like Magic is a pretty face-up game. Like you know if you're winning or not. For the most part, unless it's a combo player that's trying to win the game on the spot, but they have to play that before they combo off. It's a bluff card because you can use it in a situation where you're behind and they may concede. No. If you're behind, you're just behind. They'll call your bluff for sure. Puzzle Spaceship, 6 mana, 0/0 construct. Spaceship 6. This creature enters with 6 +1/+1 counters on it if it would be dealt damage. Remove that many +1/+1 counters instead. Its abilities are active as long as it has at least that many +1/+1 counters. Then it's got Thrusters 6. Flying. Lasers 3. What the hell is these numbers? Remove that many. This creature enters with 6 +1/+1 if it's dealt damage. Well, how do I activate the abilities? Its abilities are active as long as it has that many. At least that many +1/+1 counters. So at 6 counters, it has flying. Then if it loses flying, or if it loses counters, I guess it loses flying. And then it's got lasers. Choo, choo. Whenever a Vuzzle Spaceship attacks, it deals 1 damage to any target. Pretty cool. Crowcore Games, thank you very much for your super chat. Abbott of the Sacred Meeple internet sounds. I haven't recreated that sound effect. but I assume it's really confusing. Actually, Snap Judgment could be a good sideboard card if you have a card that lets you tutor out of the sideboard in case you're ahead. But then if you're ahead, they'll just concede, right? I think it's a hard card to play. Anyway, Abbot of the Sacred Meeple is a 2-mana 2/2 human monk that has Sign Cure. This creature can occupy a space 2 spaces higher on the monk track than its power. Okay, once on each of your odd-numbered beige production phases, you may spend 2 additional sheep when constructing a building. If you do, you may activate the lesser production ability of any building of prestige 5 or lower you control. Exceptions: apiary, cobbler, but not shoemaker, rainwrights. What the hell is going on? It's like they threw a card from another game in here for no reason. At least I can attack for 2. Is this an AI card? Could be. What is this? AI generated chaos ensues. I know. It's complete nonsense. Felicia Pokey. I really wish that was an Earthbound reference, but it's not. Pokey the Scallywag. Not Mystery Booster 2. Disqualified. What do we got? Is Christopher B throwing out still no 2-card yet cards? Let's go look at one of Christopher B's cards. Alberix. We did Mox Poison already. Alberix, the Trade Planet, a 4-mana world enchantment planet. When this permanent enters, exile the top 5 cards of your library as its resources. Trade routes. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, choose 1. You can discard a card. If you do, put 2 Alberix's resources into its owner's hand. What? We're putting something other than a card? Exile the top card of your library as a resource. When this permanent enters, exile the top 5 cards of your library. Oh, I see. So the resources are cards, and the cards can go into your hand. That's totally fine with me. I don't know if Mero made all these cards. I think Gavin Verhey is like the master of the mystery booster. The master of the mystery booster. Who else hasn't had 2 cards yet? Pedgeman. As a Fate fan, our holiest gospel. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. It'll take care of itself sometimes. Uh-oh. Don't worry about it is a 3-mana aura. Enchant card in your hand. That sounds illegal. The aura remains on the battlefield if you play enchanted card, or if otherwise leaves your hand. Put this aura into the graveyard. Enchanted card costs 1 less to cast. When you cast enchanted card, copy it. It sounds illegal. Too illegal for me, in my opinion. Sandramatic with Value Town. Get in. We're going to Value Town. They basically printed stuff like this in Final Fantasy. Oh, so it'd be... Oh, yeah, it's a town. It's the first town of all towns. Okay, so Value Town enters the battlefield tapped. Tapped out a red or a blue. And take a trip to... For 6 mana. Oh, it's an adventure. Did they have these in Final Fantasy? Could you play an adventure and then play it as a land drop for the future turns? So we have an adventure. It's basically just a 6-mana card that can be turned into a land. Sorcery Adventure. Draw 2 cards. The spell deals 2 damage to each opponent. I like it. I actually like this a lot. It's pretty cool. Final Fantasy has adventure lands. Well, then it... Well, okay. So it first appeared there, and it was like a bit of a little taste. A taste of things to come in the future. If anything, this is Future Sight. Mystery Booster is the new Future Sight. And in some cases, like, I don't know, also showing what could have been in the future with that, like, Wrath of Kafnef or whatever. Leknef. I pulled about Abbott in our Mystery Booster 2 draft, and when they let me save the draft from this nonsense. Oh my goodness. Okay, next up. Okay, we're gonna look at one more card. I'm gonna look at random people. I'm gonna choose you at random, whoever it is. Who did I choose? I didn't choose anybody. Okay, first one after that. Toads, Soulmates. For life, apparently. 3 mana enchantment aura. Enchant 2 creatures. That sounds illegal. Enchanted creatures each get +1/+1 and have hexproof. When one of the enchanted creatures dies, destroy the other. It sounds like something like when it enters the battlefield, create a token that can enchant another creature. I don't think one card can enchant 2 creatures at once. Oh, Kalanteras has no card yet. I definitely want to give something to Kalanteras. Avacyn's Collar, the symbol of her church. Ah, that collar. Okay. We have a 1 mana equipment. Wait a minute, hold on. This is real. And there's something. Okay, hold on. I gotta go deeper. The symbol of her church. Let's look up the symbol. There we go. Some of these cards have very similar names as real cards. So the 2 mana equipment. Equipped creature can't attack, block, or transform. And its activated abilities can't be activated. Also, Shackle? Shackle? Isn't that like a custom card? Isn't that literally a custom card mechanic? Someone in this community makes shackle cards attached to target creature you don't control. Shackle is a source. I guess this is where the inspiration was from. I thought shackle was an original idea, or they just straight up stole it. Yeah, this is where that one person got it from. I don't want to get the name wrong, so I'm not going to throw out a name. And that's it. That's it for today. Thanks everyone for your suggestions for looking at these legal and illegal mystery booster cards. Most of them could work in tournaments. All right, so if they want to make mystery booster constructed or draft or throw it into standard, it's actually mostly A-okay by me. If you want to be part of the show, you got to be here weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who shows up for the show to give your suggestions, and everyone who supports the show monetarily by being a patron on Patreon and a member on YouTube, and super chat to be part of the show and help super chat to so that other people can be part of the show. Then thanks for everyone for being here today. People like Christopher B, Old Friend Bear, Crowcore Games, Little Dead Fly, Argentina, we got Mercenary, Old Boy, Bob Talks Bridge, Mappia, Steve Cooper, Toads is back, Crowcore Games, Bell, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. And take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.